Not the biggest fan of vegetables, but still try and do right by eating them? I hear you. Everyone knows that even in today's day and age, it can be a great challenge to eat a balanced diet with all the necessary vitamins and minerals needed. Now, can you imagine the struggle that soldiers of the Civil War time period went through to get their veggies in order to prevent serious illness like scurvy? For those who don't know, scurvy is a disease caused by an extreme lack of vitamin C. Symptoms include skin lesions, bleeding gums, and in some extreme cases, death. Scurvy was prevalent among sailors and soldiers in the 19th century and prior. Now, hopefully none of our viewers are on the verge of that, but we still want to show you unique yet familiar ways Civil War soldiers got to eat their vegetables in a desperate and demanding time. Hello, my name is Kobe Brown from the North Carolina History Center on the Civil War, Emancipation, and Reconstruction, and you're watching Culinary Civil War Tales. Today we will be focusing on desiccated vegetables. Known today as dehydrated vegetables, fresh produce could be a real challenge to find for soldiers of the Civil War. One way armies tried to alleviate this dilemma was to develop rations that included desiccated vegetables. Vegetables, of course, contain essential vitamins and minerals necessary for a balanced diet and proper health. Carrots, celery, turnips, onions, and green beans are some examples of vegetables that were used. Typically, desiccated vegetables at the time were in the form of dry, hard cubes or squares with all moisture being removed from the produce. For this reason, and the fact that they were portable and relatively healthy, military officials found them a necessary addition to feeding armies. According to the 1860 American Journal of Medical Sciences, the introduction of desiccated vegetables into military service has been of incalculable advantage in the prevention of scurvy. The Army often relied upon the United States Sanitary Commission, an organization that provided assistance to the military in the form of food, medical supplies, and clothing to send a steady supply of vegetables. Apparently, the taste, as with much of the military food eaten in the field, was unpleasant. However, soldiers still made an effort to eat them and sometimes made soup with them. Unfortunately, making it was time-consuming, and the preparation of the soup likely boiled out the remaining vitamins in the vegetables unbeknownst to them. Now, today we have a mix of dehydrated vegetables similar to what would have been eaten by our Civil War soldiers. We will also be adding some beef to this soup, as sometimes it was added as well. To get started, you'll need 2 cups of dried mixed vegetables, half a gallon of water, half a teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of sugar, 1 cup of rice, about 2 to 3 dashes of pepper, 1 tablespoon of flour, and about 2.2 pounds of beef. Now, this recipe will feed about 3 people, however you may adjust as necessary. You'll also want to make sure to submerge your desiccated vegetables into some water in order for them to rehydrate. All right, now we're going to shift our ingredients over behind me to the stove in order for our water to begin boiling. And now what you can do is go ahead and set your heat at a nice medium temperature right now. And now we can go ahead and start adding our vegetables to our water. Let's continue with our rice. Next, our beef. Now you want to add your salt. Next, your sugar. And lastly, your black pepper. And what you want to do now, you want to stir your ingredients together and let it simmer until it reaches a boiling point. Now you can go ahead and place your lid on top so the boiling can happen a lot faster. All right, our next step is to create our roux mixture. So we have some flour, we have some water. We're gonna go ahead and mix it together to create a nice batter-like consistency. Then once the beef and the rice is boiled, fully cooked, we're gonna go ahead and add this to our soup and sort of create a nice thick mixture for our soup. So again, you wanna go ahead and pour your flour into this bowl we have prepared right here. Quickly pour your water. Again, shouldn't take too much, and you want to go ahead and mix it until it creates a nice batter-like consistency, sort of like pancake mix. All right, from time to time, you want to periodically stir your soup. Go ahead and mix everything together. I can see that the beef is already starting to cook just a little bit, and it smells absolutely amazing, very fragrant. The dried vegetables really give it a nice aroma. You can smell the onion, the celery, even the rice as well. This smells absolutely amazing. I'm pretty excited so far. All right, so our desiccated vegetable soup has reached a boiling point already. It looks like our rice and our beef has made good progress in cooking. So I believe now is a good time to add our roux to our soup. Just like that. And you want to make sure you stir your soup very well. Make sure you stir it periodically. You don't want the flour to be burning or sticking on the side of your pot. And again, this roux is going to add as a thickener for our soup. And we want to go ahead and let it sit for about another 30 minutes so the flour taste can really dissolve within your soup. All right, everyone, our cooking process is now complete. And here's our final product, our desiccated vegetable soup. Our vegetables really expanded, same with our rice. And a lot of our beef is settled towards the bottom, but I'm scooping some of it out right there. Take a look at that. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pour myself a bowl. Make sure we get some meat in there. Plenty of vegetables, of course. Just like that. All right, I have my spoon ready. Let's go ahead and try it. Still pretty hot. All right, 3. Oh, let me get a nice chunk of beef in there. There we go. 3, 2, 1. Not bad. Not the best thing I've tried. I could use a little bit more salt. Other than that, I could see how this could probably get our soldiers through tough times. And again, the vegetables do add a nice flavor to it, especially the carrots. I'm a big carrot fan. Not too bad. Again, I think it used a little bit more salt, but other than that, I think this is pretty good. Wow, wasn't that something? It's amazing how just like today, people understood the importance of vegetables to maintain good health. And just like today, armies had methods of preserving and distributing foods to hungry soldiers. Well, that's all we have for today. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button for more content just like this. And we'll catch you next time on Culinary Civil War Tales. Thank you.